Upon its release to theaters, Morbius morbed all over the theaters in such a fashion that nothing will ever morb that hard again. So let's talk about how Sony wanted to morb all over Sam Raimi. Okay, so for this, we gotta go back to this blatant lie. Sony's Spider-Man, specifically Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, but an image from Insomniac's Spider-Man video game, appearing in the trailer to Morbius, except he had murderer written across him. Well, a lot of us figured this has got to be some sort of multiverse shenanigans, right? Something is going on here, something weird, and then this scene never appeared in the actual film. So we wondered, wait, what's going on here? What happened? And nobody really said much about it. The director originally revealed he didn't even know that that was a thing. Sony put that in there because he said they intended to do something with it. I can tell you what they intended to do now. So from what I've been told by two separate people who, again, I can't confirm, do not know each other and cannot in any way, shape, or form come up with the same exact narrative, Sony intended to reveal that the events of Spider-Man No Way Home did in fact work on a more grandiose scale. This was not something that Marvel Studios and Sony had agreed upon, and this was something that Marvel Studios did not want involvement with when it came to the whole Morbius project, as they had no hands on it, and this was still a holdover before their agreement to keep Spider-Man in the MCU was reached. So Sony was desperate. They wanted eyes on this project, and what they decided to do was put this in here to, one, drum up hype, but two, confirm this bigger Spider-Man universe and the ramifications across it. And essentially, from what I've been told, we were going to have the spell at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home reverb through the entire Spider-Verse in some sort of fashion. And Sony in Morbius was going to reveal that Morbius took place in the Raimi universe. This was going to be one of the revelations at the end, when Morbius was going to be seen flying off, as he does, across New York. Except, what we saw in the MCU with Peter Parker's identity being exposed and him being accused of murder would have played into the Raimi version suddenly having pictures of Spider-Man plastered all over those same screens in Times Square and like the Daily Bugle in the Raimi universe, but it would have been the Raimi-verse Spider-Man. And it would have been that cliffhanger. And then at the end of the film, the post-credits scene still plays out and the Vulture is still there, but it turns out Michael Keaton's Vulture is the same Vulture that would have been in the apparent Spider-Man 4 that never got made. So essentially it's a variant still played by Michael Keaton. This would have been the revelation here, and they were hoping to get a lot of traction and hype off of what was happening and kind of capitalize on it to make Morbius bigger and better, I guess. So I can see why Sony was trying to do anything, desperation like this. Let's try to connect the films and all of this, but I think it's safe to say that smarter people and voices prevailed when it came to the decision to try to reveal something like that, because it wouldn't have worked. And obviously I think they saw that Morbius was complete garbage and pulled out any and all references out of anything bigger Spider-Man universe. But contractually they still have to keep elements, so hey, why not keep the little thing at the end there? Maybe we can backwards our way into the MCU, which ain't gonna happen. But you see exactly what they were going for, and it's kind of bold, But at the same time, you're just like, yeah, you guys were kind of idiotic coming up with this one. Like, what was the idea? If we can get Keaton in our universe, then we can make Spider-Man 4 with the Vulture, but it's Keaton playing him again? Why?